Tonight on Lazyboys Night, it's a Therapy Thursday and someone needs to diatribe.
I'm gonna diatribe. So we're gonna be talking about electric vehicles. Is it bullshit or is it a real thing? Guess what I'm thinking. Watch this intro.
Guys talking, saying anything, nothing new to say, talking anyway, stop yammering, can't hear a thing, nothing I can do, so let's have one more brew, one more brew, let's have one more brew, one more brew. Stop talking, try listening, try anything, try whistling. There you go again, saying anything, nothing I can do. So let's have one more brew. One more brew. Let's have one more brew. One more brew.
That's dude.
That's dude.
And welcome to Lazyboys Night.
Ah, yeah.
Ooh. It's
So
very pale
clear.
one. Well, it's a Witbeir. Wait, a lot of head
It's a
there.
what?
A Witbeir.
Is it a Witbeir?
No, it's called the Witty Traveller. It's a Witbeir, which is a white beer, basically, from Railway City.
An actual beer snob.
Yeah, look, he almost looks like our beer snob guy.
He looks like a
Beer
beer
snob.
snob guy. Beer
Oh,
snob.
I've got too much head. I can't pour more.
Oh.
I'll have to come back for it.
Beeby-doo-bee.
Oh, you had a better pour than me. Hang on, let's see if I can do
Oh,
this.
because I have the beer snob on my side.
No,
you didn't focus
can't-
on the beer snob.
Sorry.
Mm.
All right.
Cheers. Let's try
Cheers.
this out.
Wait, what are we doing today?
Oh man, can we just drink?
Do the cheers.
Okay.
No, do the cheers.
Well,
Do the
no.
cheers. Do the cheers.
Okay, fine. Cheers. What is this?
It's a wheat beer.
Oh, that's why.
It's
actually-
good.
You like that?
Yeah, you don't like a wheat beer?
No.
I like a wheat beer.
Not very often I go, no. Yeah, it's, I'll give it a few more swigs, but.
No?
No.
Huh.
No.
We disagree on a beer. We usually agree on a beer. Occasionally
Really?
disagree.
What do you like out of it?
I like the flavor.
The actual flavor?
I like the actual taste of it. I find it refreshing.
I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you were here, folks. You saw it happen.
What?
We don't agree. This is from Railway City, the Witty Traveller. Maybe you're just not a wheat beer kind of guy.
I'm not a whip beer guy.
Apparently, he's not a wheat beer kind of guy.
Holy freaking.
Excuse me.
Oh, that was well brought up. Too bad you weren't.
They're never going to say it because they side with me.
You gotta say it too.
Nope.
Then I'm stuck alone doing it.
You know why they don't do it? Because there's the big lead up sign that says silence.
Yeah, but we still
Taping
have
and
it.
recording. Taping in progress. There we go.
You
Anyways,
can't say stuff. You're allowed to.
well, if you don't like it, I'll finish yours. 'cause
No.
I like the... True, dude never wastes a beer.
No.
All right, well, I like it. Thank you, Railway City. I think it's a matter of personal style, not of quality of this beer, because I think this is a very good
Oh no,
beer.
I'm not saying that it. Okay, well let's get this clear. I'm not saying it's a horrible beer. I'm
It's just
saying
not
it's
your taste.
not to my taste.
Fair enough.
I can see how someone would enjoy it, but other people not so much. Not to my palate. Yeah, no, it's not at all.
Well, you know what? This is true. There's some stuff like you don't like the pumpkin beers.
I hate the pumpkin beer.
You hate the pumpkin beers.
Yeah, no,
I don't like
not
the
at all.
bitters.
Nope.
Two bitters. Anyways,
If I actually had this in the pub, I'd probably give it back and say, give me something else. Yeah.
it is a free country after all.
It's okay. I'm not blaming you. You go out fishing and you bring back whatever.
All right.
And, you know.
That being said, you are a little off put by this bit, but you're still drinking it. I applaud you for it.
Doesn't matter.
So what are we doing tonight, dude?
Oh. Okay. I've had something that's been brewing.
Oh, you know where this is going.
It's been brewing, so we're doing a
Dude
diatribe.
diatribe.
But even worse, we're doing also a lazy conspiracy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So,
Hang on, I need another sip for this.
those of you who have been with us for a while, we're going on our 3rd anniversary
Coming up very shortly, yeah.
very shortly. We have a tendency, when we have a dude diatribe or we have a lazy conspiracy, to go off the rails. A little bit.
We just feel passionate about
So-
what we discuss.
Exactly. So it is a therapy Thursday, which means that we just let off the steam.
There we go.
And I've been told lately that I have to moderate myself.
I don't think you should.
So I will, because in this context, if I actually let myself go off the rails like I usually do, it will not be pretty, and most people will probably go watch something else.
I like it when you don't get pretty. It's funny.
So,
All right, so what is this conspiracy?
the lazy conspiracy is as such presented to you. It has to do with AVs.
AVs?
No, EVs. Well, electric vehicles.
EVs.
EVs, that's what I said. No, I said AVs?
You said AVs.
Okay, EVs, that's super close.
All right,
Remember,
so electric
French
cars.
brain. So electric cars.
Okay.
Okay, so I am convinced that there's a conspiracy to keep pushing the narrative of electric vehicles because somebody out there, and I haven't put my finger on it yet, is looking into making an insane amount of money out of creating the actual infrastructure that you need.
Oh,
For
of course there's
electrical
money to
vehicles.
be made.
No.
As soon as you have a new technology, someone's going to capitalize on it.
But it's not necessary. It's one of those things where they're pushing a narrative on something that we don't need. Electric vehicles is a scam. If they wanted to do this, we've already touched on this a few years back. If you actually wanted to do something, do it right, it would be vehicles that have electrical and
Hybrid.
yeah, so hybrid models. So you imagine a scenario where, and they have the technology for this. Give me a
Oh, the
freaking
hybrids
break.
already exist.
All you need to do is you don't need the infrastructure. You don't need to be plugging in your vehicle at home or anywhere else you go, because people are worried about where they're traveling. Is if your gas powered vehicle powers your electrical, so when you're in the city, so be 50-50. If you set that up appropriately, most people would not freak out, and you make it affordable that all new vehicles can switch back and forth instead of going for this whole 100% at some point, because they're giving a date. I don't know how it is in your country, but in Canada they're aiming, I think it's like 2035 to have 100%.
All
or
new
whatever.
cars would be electric.
I'm like, what?
So I will say your standard hybrid nowadays gets on average around 900 clicks per tank. That's kilometers. So for Americans, 900 kilometers is what?
Don't figure it out. You figure it out.
It's about 550 miles.
Look, you even said it before you did.
Yeah. So, which is very, very efficient, and yeah, you don't need these electric plug-in generators everywhere. And I read recently, is it Norway? One of these European countries, they set up their first electric-powered highway lane, which basically is if you have an electric car and you're right on that lane, there are electromagnetic
recharges.
So as you drive on it, it recharges your car. But that costs a lot to set up.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that in these little European countries, and this is what, folks, if you're watching for the first time or international subscribers and international viewers, we are in Canada. In Canada, look on a map how massive we are. It's insane.
You can fit all of Europe in Canada. I don't know how many times, and there's still space left over.
So here's some fun facts. Global emissions of CO2, what Canada generates. By the way, we're not even there yet, but we're not even 40 million yet. 40 million people.
Population, yeah.
Yeah, so the population of Canada, we're not even 40 million yet. We barely hit the 1.5%
Of global emissions.
global emissions. So the idea that we're pushing on the narrative of going full electric is ludicrous. It's insane to me. My brain cannot comprehend why this narrative is being pushed so hard.
This is not my personal opinion. I'm going to play just the devil's advocate.
100%. Go for it.
This statement does not reflect my personal opinion. Gas-powered vehicles still emit carbon dioxide, which contributes to the greenhouse effect, which affects global weather patterns.
Not true.
Okay, so that was just a devil's advocate.
That's fine. That's
so
not
please
true.
address this point and why you believe it's not true.
So, in the last, let's ballpark it in the last 30 years, the biggest thing that we've been trying to do, specifically, every other country I think is doing the same thing if you're in the States, but specifically let's talk about Canada because that's where we are. Planting trees. What do trees need to survive?
CO2, carbon dioxide.
So, here's another fun fact, folks, that your local government and federal government and every other government across the world has not shared with you, is that, fun fact, trees, plants, everything else needs CO2.
And they convert it to oxygen.
For us.
And just side note, Canada, with the exception of the prairies, is predominantly a forest country.
And
one of our biggest exports is lumber because we have forests everywhere.
And who has the biggest green belt in the world? Canada.
So what you're saying
Yes.
is the 1.5%
Yes.
of global emissions that we emit
Yes.
is offset by the I don't know what percentage of greenery that
Yes.
converts this CO2 to
Yes.
oxygen.
Yes, that we need. On top of that, fun fact, folks, and you can look it up. This is a fact. In the last 15 years on planet Earth, there's been an increase. That's up. Increase of 15% of global vegetation. Trees, plants, grass has actually gone up in the last 15 years. Look it up. It's a fact. So the narrative of pushing these electric cars, the only thing that's going to happen with this is one, right now, I'm talking right now, you know, I have no idea what's going to happen even next week. Because we all know that nobody wins in science, because it changes all the time. But here's a fun fact again, is that when you're dealing with increasing gas prices, the hope that people will not use vehicles anymore and start using their bikes or public transit.
Or pay three times as much for an electric vehicle.
Or all that fun stuff, who can afford it? Hey, it's the people that don't care. It's the rich, right? So the rich don't care. It looks great on them. They feel great. I'm saving the planet. You're not saving anything.
May I interject?
We're not saving anything.
May I
Yeah, for
interject with something also? Is what people never talk about is while they say, oh, we have to eliminate gas-powered vehicles because of greenhouse gases. Well, your electric vehicles, sure, they don't emit greenhouse gases, but do you know what happens with those batteries?
The lithium.
The lithium batteries
Yeah.
and all the other chemicals that are in these batteries.
Where does that come from?
Well, we have to do extensive mining for these things,
Yes.
which damages the environment. And once the battery is used up and dead, what happens with these batteries? They go in landfills and pollute the area.
So, you know what, dude? We're going to do, just for you, so you have an idea. This is a short video, if we can. If not, we're going to put up an image, right? You're going to be looking into it. This is a typical lithium mine. We depend on this for all our devices, but also for electric vehicles. So look at this for a few seconds.
Mining the chemical element can be harmful to the environment. The vivid hues of the lithium fields or ponds are caused by different concentrations of lithium carbonate. Their colors can range from a pinky white to a turquoise to a highly concentrated canary yellow. A 2015 piece in The New Scientist described the fields as surreal landscapes where batteries are born. But why is lithium extraction bad for the environment in the first place? Any type of resource extraction is harmful to the planet. This is because removing these raw materials can result in soil degradation, water shortages, biodiversity loss, damage to ecosystem functions, and an increase in global warming. Lithium is a highly toxic element that can harm the environment. It's poisonous to plants and animals, so when it's released as part of mining activities, there will be an impact on the surrounding area.
Right?
That looks healthy for the
That looks
environment.
awesome, right? So we're super happy to, let's help slavery.
How
how
long does it take for these batteries to decompose and contaminate the earth and to clean it up afterwards?
Right. So nobody wins in science. It changes all the time.
I don't like that statement. It's not that science changes.
No, it's because I make fun of it because science changes every week. Because you know what?
It
As
evolves.
humans, it changes. There's an evolution in the sense of the way we think or we see, but there's discoveries all the time. So whatever we think right now, today,
evolves.
as this plays, okay, so you call evolve, I say change. Potato, I have a potato, right? So I love potatoes, but I can't eat too many of them. Anyways, there's a lot of starch in potatoes.
There is a lot of starch in potatoes.
So,
but they're so good.
Yeah, I know. Freak. Anyways, potato fries. So, just saying that going back to my whole conspiracy, the conspiracy is that the people that are always going to pay for the righteous to make themselves feel good or for the sake of political gains, they can't change anything. Here's the real deal. Is that regardless of how it makes you feel that you're actually making a global change or you're helping the environment, you know how you can legitimately help the environment? Clean our waterways, our drinkable water. That's a natural resource that we actually need. Stop putting garbage into landfills where that garbage decomposes and goes into our underground rivers that also feeds our actual rivers and our lakes. That is legitimate, and they won't do that because you know what? That's real, actual things that we can see and we can action. If somebody tells you that they're going to help the environment and they're going to stop global warming and global change, you know what?
They're going to stop using plastic straws.
Oh my God! Don't get me on plastic straws.
But
just the whole thing,
right? May I make a comment? I think what this is like a lot of these things is people take up a cause to rally to get the people riled up, and it's a symbolic cause without any actual long-term change, without any actual real results. It's just a shifting of perceptions so people feel good about doing something when in fact you're just trading problem A for problem B. Worst case scenario, okay, we reduce greenhouse emissions or greenhouse gas emissions by this much, but we've just contributed to polluting our waterways because of the lithium batteries and building new plants and mining and destroying this. We're trading one problem for the other, but the other problem is not a problem yet. Greenhouse gas is the problem now.
Yeah, but even that.
But no, that's the perception of it.
Exactly.
So we're just going to trade it to something else, and then 100 years from now, be like, no, we got to switch, and it'll switch to something else. And really, we're just passing the buck from problem to problem rather than actually addressing something important.
Exactly. Thank you. And you just have to go back. Just go back 50 years, folks, from today, and trace back all the climate emergencies. All the climate emergencies that humankind has gone through in the last 50 years, prior to that, you know what it was? And we had a whole episode, it was like planet Earth is a jerk. You know what? Planet Earth will do whatever the hell it wants. If you actually want to help your own environment, forget the planet. The planet will do whatever the hell it wants. If it wants to crush you and eliminate humankind,
the Earth will kill you.
It will kill you, or whatever. There's so many different variables. What you can do is work on actual things that are affecting you right now, actually and factually, and it's tangible. This whole idea of you getting an electric car and feeling super awesome about yourself, you're not doing anything at all. Nothing. Get that out of your head.
I will say
you're
this.
not doing anything.
If you're concerned about greenhouse gases, because it is true, it is affecting weather patterns. This is not the thing. It's not cars that are doing it.
No.
In fact, there's, I think, I forget the actual number, but it's something like the 30 largest, there are like 30 large corporations worldwide that emit more greenhouse gases than the rest of the planet combined. And it's not you switching cars that's going to make that 0.0000000000001% change. It's these giant companies that emit tons of
that we have no control over.
We have no control
it's
over
not
them.
even in our own country.
These are the people, and these people get away with it. Why? Because they pay their taxes. It's a license to pollute. These are the guys that need to be changed. It's not your car that's going to make a difference. It's not your little plastic straw that's being changed to a paper straw. Yeah, the paper straw comes in a plastic wrapper. Duh. You know.
But even the cardboard, the scientists have come out lately.
Producing the cardboard creates.
Even the cardboard, human beings are not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be drinking through. How dangerous it is for the human body to be drinking. Exactly.
Let's not even go down there because that's another rabbit hole. The point being is
this week's science.
Yeah. So basically, the point is, this is a smokescreen cause to profit somebody else, because in the end we're just switching one problem for another.
And whatever they're trying to do to make you feel better about saving the environment, you're not. You're not. You want to save the environment? You know what? Every time in the spring when they go around in communities and pick up garbage, go do that. You will save more the environment than buying an electric car.
Pick up garbage and plant a tree.
Every time you find a way to clean up the shores on your local lake and on your rivers, do that. You're doing more than your electric car. All right?
You know what else you can do for the environment?
Drink more beer.
Drink more beer.
That helps. Water. It's good for you.
See you next Thursday.
Cheers. See you next time.